How's she going, guys? Okay, we're back out with another little load of lumber, and we're going to come out and see if any trees are ready to be peeled. So I'm going to go cut one down. Actually, I'll get the lumber over here first. The site's looking a little better once I cleaned it up last time I was here. A lot more cleanup to do, a lot of firewood laying around to get cleaned up. You can see here, like just up on a really nice little knoll. 150, 160 feet from the creek. A little high ground, all rain will drain off good. And then I'll go cut I'm going to try a spruce first. I got a little thicker bark, see if I can get them to peel. And if it does, we'll snag a bunch and get them moving. But first off, get this lumber up there. And second step, go get some water for coffee. Alrighty, and I've got my little saw today. I left my big one up at the lodge, so it'll be a little slower cutting. But we'll get her done. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so we're right down here where we cut that jack pine last time I was here. And I think I'm going to take this spruce right here. It goes up and you'll see right there's a bit of a crook, but I'll get a log out of it before that, and then I'll get one past it. I'll cut the middle up into firewood. But I'm just going to see the jack pine there's peeling, starting to peel. Not too bad, but still not really good. So what I'm going to do is just take this guy down and bring him up there and see if I can get him peeled. Okay, now I know my boots are just under 13 inches long, so I'm going to measure off a 14-foot piece. And I'm going to get the bike to drag this thing over there, and we'll put it up on the log mount and see how she peels. Alrighty. Hey guys, so that crook was in that bend in the tree was a little bit closer than I wanted. So I've got a short log here. It's going to be for the area around the porch. But like I said, I got it in here to check and see if they're peelable. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you get your branches all trimmed off right down to the level. And you can do that as you turn them around too. Or with the saw. And so like I was saying last time, you got two ways of doing this. You can peel the logs where you drop them, and if you're carrying the logs out by hand, you know, that's generally the best bet, because then you leave them, you know, for a few weeks and they'll dry out and be a lot lighter. If you're dragging them with a bike or whatever you've got to use, then I would suggest dragging them with the bark on and doing the peeling here. Because when you drag them, you're going to get dirt all over the logs. And with dirt on your logs, when you're doing your trimming to make their logs fit better, you're just going to keep getting your saw dull, and you're going to waste too much time sharpening your saw. So I like to drag them here, peel it off, and then you got nice clean logs to work with when you need them. So I'm going to grab the axe here and see if these things are, how these guys, fresh cut ones, are peeling. Yeah, it looks like the spruce are going to peel pretty nice. Just get a strip started all the way along the length of the log. Use a draw knife too, but a draw knife, you're basically doing what I'm doing here for the whole log. And when it's a little drier and they don't peel as good, the draw knife will probably work better. Now you've got one strip peeled off. Can you even see that? Okay. So you've got a strip peeled off the whole way. Now all you do, you take your axe and you just go under the, between the bark and the wood, and start pushing her back. And I think if you remember last fall when I was doing this, how long it took me and why I said I'll just wait for the spring. So you can see here, how nice this goes. They're peeling really good, these spruce. Anyway, maybe that jack pine that I dropped a few weeks ago was starting to dry already. I might try a couple of them too. Now you can wear gloves, because you are going to get covered in sap when you're doing this. I can't do a lot with gloves on just because of the loss of feeling in my hand, one hand from that accident. But if you get the sap all over your hands, you just wash it with gasoline and it comes right off.
Just don't smoke while you're doing it. Okay, so now just take it and flip it up a little, turn it a quarter turn or whatever you need to turn it. Here it's May 2nd, I guess, or yeah, May 2nd, and they're peeling really good. Roll it a little more. Sometimes I use a smaller axe, just easier to hold on to, but this one's what I have, so what I'll use right now. And the bigger blade sometimes helps out. I don't really care for the using a hatchet too much, just you don't get as much prying power with them. But whatever person gets used to. Get your bark into a pile right away. Once it gets dried out, then you get your first snowfall, you can burn it. So it doesn't cause a fire hazard later. Here we go. And there you go, you got your log peeled. So, you see how nice that is? And we'll just trim them knots off after. And what I'll do right now is I'll put that piece right there that I cut off the end, and I'll just pile all these peeled ones right there between this little tripod thing I made, or whatever you want to call it. And there you go. We'll get them knots trimmed off after. I'll let it dry out and they'll just break off smooth. That way I don't get any chainsaw marks on there. And we'll be good to go. Alrighty, I'm going to go get some more logs. Okay, I brought that jack pine over that I cut last time. Might as well get it peeled before it dries out even more. You'll see why it's nice to leave them someplace and like let them peel them, let them dry someplace, because these things are a bit of a weight issue with this log, being 10 inches across at the butt end and 15 feet long. So he's probably in the excess of 250 pounds. But you just get them one end up on that V-notched tree stump, and then you can slide them along pretty good. Alrighty. Not sure how this one's going to peel, but I'll give it a whirl. If I don't do it now, the next time I bring it or try it, it'll just be worse. So if it's too hard and it's going to take too much time, it'll just become firewood. And the jack pine are just naturally thinner skinned than the spruce, so you have a harder time getting it up in one piece when it's at the best of times, let alone when it's a little bit dry. Yeah, it dried out a little bit on me, but you know what I'm going to grab? I brought a draw knife. I'll see if that's going to work any better. Well, this is a homemade draw knife, so it's not as good as the commercial one. It's got a little bit of play in it, a little bit of flex. And I don't care for that. That's just going to end up leaving me a huge pile of bark all the way along here if I did all of them like that. But like you said, I got it here now. Might as well use it. I see warm out here today, folks. You know what? I'm gonna shut the camera off. I've got a pair of running shoes in the tent. These rubber boots are just melting my feet, so I'll go put them on. And then I'll work on this log. You don't need to watch that whole deal, or ordeal. Okay guys, got this one finished. It's a pretty nice log, nice straight. It's gonna be one of the base logs on the bottom. I'll just trim about 2 inches off the whole edge of it to make it flat, to have a good flat connection with the floor. But right now I'm going down to the creek, get a pot of water. My water in the I brought with me is all too warm, so I'll go drink a bunch of this and go make a coffee, because I need a coffee. Alrighty, bring the camera with me just in case there's something playing around down here. Alrighty, see ya. Okay guys, coffee break time. Got one more log hauled and peeled while the water was boiling, and now it's coffee time at my coffee time spot. Man, it's May 2nd and that water's down so low compared to normal for this time of year. It's running right now about the same level it was at last fall at the beginning of trapping season, which is pretty low. Let's hope there's not a big drought on the way. A little bit of rain the other day, but probably didn't amount more than a 1/4 inch. That's the only precipitation we've had since that last snowfall. So I know it's all the guys are out in the farm fields already and whatnot, but anywho, I'm gonna finish up my coffee and probably do a couple more logs. I'll see what time it is when I get back over to the tent, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, ciao. Okay guys, all done for the day. Got to get back. No, not too late. We're supposed to have some kind of thing for supper. Some social thing tonight, so can't stay out too late. But got 4 logs done today. The last couple didn't peel too bad, so they're only going to get better for the next 2 weeks, and then they'll start to get a little worse again. So I'll come in as often as I can and get them done. And of course Mr. Bear had been back in the cabin there and scattered a few things around, so I got my bag of coffee and stuff hung up there so he can't get at it, and I can just go in and fart around if he wants to, not destroy anything. But anyways, I'm on my way back out on this beautiful day. It's got to be 60 degrees. The nice breeze blowing, so anyways, I've got just about 11 miles back to the truck, and so I better get going. Alrighty, keep your boots dry, boys.